Ever found yourself contemplating the vast variety of nuts and bolts available in the market? If you have, then you're not alone. These miniature marvels of engineering are incredibly intricate and sophisticated, much more than you might initially believe. Nuts and bolts, often overlooked, are the silent stalwarts of the construction and manufacturing industries. Their role is vital, serving as the primary connective elements, facilitating a sturdy and firm assembly, assuring stability, and safeguarding the overall structural integrity of myriad constructs. Picture a world sans these elements. From towering skyscrapers, sprawling edifices, sophisticated vehicles, exquisite furniture pieces, to state-of-the-art electronics. None of these could have existed in the form we see today. They are the elemental building blocks that underpin our present-day infrastructure. In spite of their minuscule size, these humble components bear the weight of our entire civilization, quite literally as well as symbolically. They come in a kaleidoscope of shapes, sizes, and materials, each uniquely designed to serve a specific function. Some nuts and bolts are designed to endure extreme climatic conditions, while others are forged for heavy-duty applications in industries such as oil and gas, automotive, and aerospace. Yet some are not functional but aesthetically pleasing as well, created specifically to enhance the visual appeal of the items they are part of. From the simplest to the most complex, from the smallest to the largest, from the lightest to the heaviest, from the standard to the custom designed, there exists a nut and bolt for every imaginable purpose and situation. They are as diverse and widespread as the applications they are found in. So let us embark on a fascinating journey into the world of nuts and bolts, unraveling the complexities, understanding the nuances, and appreciating the wonders of their various types. Now that we understand what nuts and bolts are, let's delve into the world of their various types. Scene script. Bolts, the unsung heroes of construction, come in many forms. Let's dive into the diverse world of these construction essentials. Picture this. You're in a hardware store, and you're faced with a wall of bolts. It may seem overwhelming, but don't worry, each type of bolt has its own specialty. For instance, consider the hex bolt. These are named for their six-sided heads. Their unique shape allows for a firm grip when tightening or loosening them with tools. They're the workhorses of the bolt world, used in everything from furniture assembly to large-scale construction projects. Now let's talk about a bolt with a bit of character, the carriage bolt. This bolt has a rounded head and no drive, meaning it can't be screwed in or out using a traditional screwdriver. Instead, it's designed to be tightened or loosened from the nut's side. The unique design makes it ideal for wood projects where the bolt's smooth head provides a clean, finished look. But what about heavy-duty tasks? That's where the lag bolt comes in. These are large, robust bolts designed for securing heavy items into wood. Think of them as the heavy lifters of the bolt world, used in applications where a regular screw just wouldn't cut it. And don't forget the eye bolt, a bolt with a loop at one end. They're used to securely attach ropes or cables. Picture a swing set in a park. The swings are likely attached to the crossbar with eye bolts. Finally, let's talk about machine screws. While technically not a bolt, they're worth mentioning because they're often used in conjunction with bolts. They have a uniform diameter and are used to hold together parts of machines, hence the name. Every bolt has its unique features and uses, from the humble hex bolt to the robust lag bolt and the versatile eye bolt. There's a bolt for every job, and knowing the difference can make your project go smoother and last longer. With so many types of bolts, it's clear that each has a unique role to play. But what about their counterparts, the nuts? Just as there are various types of bolts, nuts too have their own exciting range. Let's dive in and explore the fascinating world of nuts. Kicking off our list are the ever-reliable hex nuts. They are your standard six-sided nuts and the most commonly used. These hard-working guys are typically paired with hex bolts and are used in applications where you can wield a wrench, think construction projects or furniture assembly. On to the next, we have lock nuts. These are the security guards of the nut world. Their primary job is to prevent loosening under vibrations or torque. You'll often find them in machinery and automotive applications where fasteners need to stay put no matter what. Then there are wing nuts, the quick change artist. With two large wings, they can be easily tightened or loosened by hand, making them perfect for situations where speed and ease of assembly or disassembly are critical. You'll see them in action in items like light fixtures or flat-pack furniture. The T-nuts are next, and these are the wallflowers. They're usually hammered into wood, and their flat base provides a large surface area for a solid grip. Think of them as the behind-the-scenes heroes in furniture making. Finally, let's get to know the cap nuts, the beauty queens. They are used to cover the end of a bolt for a neat finish. They're all about aesthetics. You'll find them gracing your furniture, giving it a polished and elegant look. There are many more types of nuts out there, each with their own unique characteristics and uses. From square nuts to coupling nuts, Kep's nuts to flange nuts, the list goes on. But it's not just about the variety, it's about finding the perfect partner for your bolt to create a secure and sturdy connection. Nuts and bolts, though varied, always work together, but how do you choose the right combination for your project? Choosing the right nut and bolt combination can seem like a daunting task. But fear not, with a few key considerations, you can navigate this hardware maze with ease. First up, let's consider the material. The material of your nut and bolt combo can greatly impact its strength, durability, and resistance to corrosion. For instance, stainless steel is a popular choice for its excellent rust resistance, while brass is known for its superior machinability, making it easier to thread and unthread. Next, we move on to size. The size of both the nut and the bolt must match to ensure a secure fit. A mismatched size can lead to a loose connection, which might result in the failure of your project. Remember, sizes are usually measured in either metric or imperial units, so make sure you're comparing like with like. Thread type is another important factor. There are two main types, coarse and fine. Coarse threads are more common and are typically used in construction, while fine threads are used for more precise applications like automotive and machinery. Your choice depends on what your specific project requires. Finally, the specific application plays a pivotal role in your choice of nut and bolt. For instance, wing nuts are easy to tighten and loosen by hand, making them ideal for temporary structures. On the other hand, lock nuts are designed to stay put, making them perfect for applications where vibration might loosen a regular nut. And remember, the world of nuts and bolts is vast and varied. There are flange nuts, cap nuts, carriage bolts, and so many more, each with a unique design to cater to a specific need, so don't be afraid to dive in and explore. Armed with this knowledge, you're ready to select the perfect nut and bolt combo for your next project. When dealing with nuts and bolts, it's easy to fall into some common traps. Let's dive into some of these misconceptions and learn how to avoid them to ensure your project stands on solid ground. First, let's tackle the over-tightening issue. Many people believe that the tighter the bolt, the stronger the joint. This, however, is a misconception. Over-tightening can lead to stripped threads, broken bolt heads, and even compromised material integrity. Remember, it's about achieving the right level of tension, not about turning the nut or bolt as far as physically possible. Next, we come to the mistake of using incompatible materials. Metals react with each other in different ways, and combining the wrong types can lead to a phenomenon known as galvanic corrosion. This is where one metal corrodes when it's in electrical contact with another. For instance, combining a stainless steel bolt with an aluminum nut might seem like a good idea given their individual strength, but in practice the aluminum will corrode over time, leading to a weakened joint. Another common misconception revolves around thread types. It's easy to think that all threads are created equal and that any nut can fit onto any bolt. But here's the thing, folks, thread types matter. Coarse threads are sturdy and great for most general purposes, while fine threads are better for high-stress applications like automotive or heavy machinery. Mixing and matching can lead to poor fit and decreased joint strength. Lastly, don't forget about the importance of the right tools. Using the wrong size wrench or driver can damage the bolt head, making it difficult or even impossible to tighten or loosen. It's worth investing in a set of tools that matches the nuts and bolts you're working with. Avoid these pitfalls and your project will be on a sure footing. Remember, understanding the nuances of nuts and bolts can make a world of difference in the success and longevity of your projects. We've explored the vast world of nuts and bolts today. We've delved into the different types, from hex bolts to carriage bolts and from wing nuts to lock nuts. Each type, as we've learned, serves a unique purpose designed to meet specific needs in various projects. We've also covered how to select the perfect nut and bolt combination. It's not just about size, but also about material, thread count, and the load they're intended to bear. We've highlighted the importance of not just grabbing the first nut and bolt you see, but rather making an informed choice based on your project's requirements. And let's not forget the common mistakes and misconceptions we've debunked. Remember, not all nuts and bolts are created equal, and using the wrong type can lead to disastrous results. With this newfound knowledge, your next DIY project is sure to be a success. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, the right nut and bolt can make all the difference.